All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Watson, off play action. Flushed out right. Room to run past midfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Pushing his way through. That's complete to John Ross. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans
Man, you talking about an animation.
Well, that's how they envision to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Open.
No. Check. Patriot.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
But I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They go play action with Jackson. Steps away. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the
come on, Lowe's.
One that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
From the gun on third, Watson. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
As a defense, and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him. Because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Right.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On second down, Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Lucky 56.
Wow.
No. Check. Patriot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big third down play there for the Jags. 63 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Fournette, a first down carry. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call. and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on second down.
Nigga, hey, man.
Nigga. Be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ooh, hey, I'm fucking this dude. What's his name? High grade. Oh, man. Good evening. Keep coming around, bruh.
Because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
What's up, babe? Nah, not yet.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Right, hey, they ain't coming back.
35 minutes.
Look at Mercy, look at high grade, like, man, shit. No, that big motherfucker, man. Man, we need to find somebody else.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Now it's Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Hines. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Yeah, he just keep coming around, boy. Ooh, I needed a game. I needed a night like this.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dante Fowler. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They're going for it. It's Watson. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. This is caught. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
No signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Ah, that's bullshit there.
It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin.
Man, he caught that motherfucker too.
Just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right.
Come on, Los.
And he'll go down, but not before getting inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. David Njoku, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line.
What's up, babe?
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Man, my shit's glitching.
He finds a man on the crossing route. And he's
shit
going to get
dragging
this one
like
down to the
motherfucker.
edge of the red zone. A gain of 32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball.
Every time I try to pass the
games
fucking
like
ball,
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And that right there has to be one of the toughest plays for a quarterback. I mean, he rolled left, threw it all the way back to the right side.
No three, get that nigga.
That was very simply a no, he did not do that, did he? Yes, he did, because he went all the way to one side, threw it all the way back against the grain, and was successful.
Yeah, I guess when it's a touchdown, probably won't hear many complaints in the film room.
Now, he'll get a plus on his grade sheet, but also get a little note, don't do that again.
Be careful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hell nah, not with these
2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He finds Ross. Right side. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Green 39. Green 39. Richmond.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson going deep downfield for Ross. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 68 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down.
What the fuck am I throwing low ball? Why am I throwing a low ball? Why?
And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
He's going to launch this thing way down. He's got a man complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and the return will stop right around the 25. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here,
and it
man.
falls incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet,
welcome
unable to
to,
successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to loft it deep right sideline.
Come on, man.
On 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And here comes the Texans now. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish it.
I ain't even know we played.
And pulled down.
Oh, man. Niggas be moving that shit, baby.
I done
took plenty of them.
As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, nice move. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Blake. And now look
God
at this.
damn
Big
it.
gain, but a fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do. On fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Anthony Averett who got him down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
From the 50, it's Watson, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. They'll
Come
set
on.
the screen now to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended.
Under pressure now, Watson.
Oh, that's the game y'all played as one.
Miles Jack in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards.
I'm over here fucking.
And this one is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
We finally had enough, I guess.
They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Damn.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Man, he threw that motherfucker too high.
Another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions.
You know, that little Larry low.
24-14 is what.
Quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
24-14.
Watson off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Oh.
Now Watson.
Come on, Ramsey.
Complete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control.
That's caught inside the 20, and he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags, and even 70 yards.
Put Reese and where he get back on defense, man. He ain't killing us.
Oh,
now Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Man, hey man, come back, bro.
And he will push his
man,
way
you gotta
forward
get back, dog.
3-yard line.
Man, I can't check 2 niggas, bro. Dang.
Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's
come on, man.
Get back on defense, my nigga. Look, bro.
I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll go with a big back Fournette, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3.
Thank you, dog. Thank you, man. Thank you.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Come on, that's a pick.
And this is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
They already know this.
I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my God, bro.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Damn, bro.
Gonna need something special here.
I should have screenshotted that one.
Sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Hey, look, Larry, I just had 22 and 12.
Play action. And the pressure gets to him
That
again.
man was 0 for 6. The other nigga was 0 for 5, man. I had 22 points and fucking 12 boards, little Larry.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on,
22 and 12, man.
in the game because no one can stand up to
Y'all
this
niggas gonna have to hit some shots, man.
Now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Man.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return.
Might be all over, baby.
With a new set of downs. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that
who won the game?
2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Y'all still
throwing
playing?
The football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%.
24-21, fourth quarter.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Back 22! Back 22!
From the gun, here's Watson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Man.
Who
Oh.
Watson now off the play fake. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Good, man. Hey, what's up, Super?
What's up, bro?
Off the play fake.
Chillin', man. Hey, you seen I had started the league, man?
Yeah, I saw you started it, man. I'm
The good signal call
I'm
is
with
to
you
never
right
go
now.
back
I'm in
and
4
not
leagues,
play
so
the late
man.
game because they need those guys
Oh,
to
alright,
continue.
yeah. That
But
boy
in that
acting.
last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly.
Yeah, cause see, you know, we ain't been in no league in a minute. That's why I was like, man, fuck it, man. I'll put my own money up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what happened to
I ain't
old boy?
Oh, man, I ain't gonna lie, fool. I ain't talked to that nigga in a minute. I don't know if something tragic happened or, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I ain't talked to that nigga in a minute.
Good kick, boy. Good kick. Yeah.
And out now comes
Yeah, that's
Jacksonville
cool,
as they get
man.
ready to go.
I ain't gonna get in there, man.
Following
How many
the
teams you got in
interception,
there?
Just any interception, are you a little
Shit,
bit
I
more
think he's.
cautious when
Hold
you
on, let
start
me
that
see.
next
Hold on.
drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run
I think
back
it's
out
11
there.
right now.
Totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now
But I'm
like
all the computer games, I'ma just get people to sim win, cause I'm tired of playing computer.
Right.
I know niggas gonna beat computers. Well, I'd hope.
Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They keep it with Fournette on first down.
Right.
Find some space up to about the 25.
That nigga
It's a
pussy.
6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside.
Shit, I'm holla at you though, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken
That's
down.
a bad decision,
Sam
Lowe's.
Cunningham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake.
Fuck,
Problem is
man.
nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Man,
Play action.
it's
It's
a bucket,
Jackson.
bro.
Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down.
Wow.
Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
All right, I'm gonna wait on you.
This is taken at the 23. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw is Watson. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I'm close to going up to that pro, man.
Before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Nigga sending me invite and friend requests and shit. Nigga. No.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he's
Man, you ain't gonna hop on.
As he's up to the 45-yard line. The quick slant, good for 8.
You ain't gonna hop on Louise.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Oh, go here. I'm finna watch this game.
Come back.
With some of it.
Throwing now, Watson.
Yip and G-Fence.
What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game.
You gotta watch a 30-minute commercial.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now it's Watson. Flushed out right.
Hey man, do the playoff games come on NFL Network?
Give him 30 yards there.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down.
Man, dog. You know, Chorta ain't even got Channel 2 no.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now the Jags will use the second of their
You ain't
timeouts
bullshitting,
as they'll
dog.
talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Kamara.
Straight antenna, man. That's crazy.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Watson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Wow.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come back.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And no, it's incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They
practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now a desperation throw. Deep.
Come on, Los. I didn't even see that
Crusher
right
there
there.
as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes.
What up, Kyle?
Partner, is the confidence level in him
Shit,
so
the
high
career.
that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
They said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And Watson's going to throw it here, escaping the pressure right. There he goes inside the 30 to the right side and complete to Njoku. And down to the 19-yard line. A big game there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Watson now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 2nd down.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, Yeah, not really a good reason.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And,
That's it, boy.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Houston, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Where he at? Little Larry back out here? Huh? Nigga, that's them fur guys, nigga. The 9,000 VC, baby. Little Larry, man, they kicked me out that league, bruh. Yeah.
So he kicked you off the Giants, AP? Always some bullshit there.